number 10, we have Perry Saturn. Last time we heard from Perry Saturn, he was doing a moppy angle, and he was with Terry Reynolds. And the rumor is that when he was wrestling some guy, I don't know exactly who he was, but he was in the ring. The guy wasn't selling the moves properly, making them look like they hurt, which a lot of wrestlers don't anyways. But he actually beat the hell out of the guy on the live taping in front of a crowd, and he got stuck with the moppy angle. And after we seen him doing the moppy angle, we haven't really heard from him anymore. Last time I heard, he was on the streets. Then now he's doing better. So hopefully that maybe one time before wrestling's over, maybe if you guys can still remember who he is, we get to see him wrestle again. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? Well, here we go, number 9. At number 9, we have S.A. Rios. Last time we seen S.A. Rios is when he turned on Lita, and the Hardy Boys saved Lita from S.A. Rios. He debuted, I think you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was in 2000 Backlash. He debuted with Lita. I forget who he was wrestling. Maybe one of the Hardys or something like that. But S.A. Rios. Attitude Era 2000. Haven't heard from the guy ever since. Maybe he's in Mexico wrestling. Do not know. Leave on some comments below and let me know. But here is number 8 for you guys. I have for you is D'Lo Brown. Last time we seen D'Lo Brown was when he was getting jumped by Rodney Mack in the parking lot. When he got his head slammed up against the car, it really looked like a real street fight because they did pretty good with it. But D'Lo Brown really wasn't anything. I mean, a little jobber here and there. He did hold the Intercontinental title, and he did have a couple little breaks when he had tag team with The Rock. He was in the Nation of Domination, all that. And then we seen him on TNA with the Aces of Eights. That didn't make any sense. TNA sucks. D'Lo Brown sucks. That's why he's not WWE no more. But number 7. 7, we have the Mean Street Posse, Shane's Crew from Greenwich, Connecticut. Haven't heard from these guys for a while. Don't know where they're at. I'll do some more research and upload a new video with the updates on this one, and do another top 10 Attitude Era people that are wrestlers that we've never heard from for a long time and that fell off the map. But the Mean Street Posse, Shane's Crew, yeah, like Pete Gas and and the other two. Don't remember their names. Haven't really watched too much wrestling lately because it's not that good. But here we go with number 6er for you guys. Buchanan is number 6, the Boss Man's Bitch. And he was in the Right to Censor with Steven Richards, Ivory, Val Venus, The Godfather. That was my dude. That was my dude. The Godfather was that shit. Then in 2002, when Thug Life John Cena with his goofy little chain came around his neck, came out with his little gangster rap word life. Bull Buchanan was his little sidekick. I think his name was like 2 Squared or something like that. Came out with his little goofy fur hat with his little chain around his neck. Pretty much the last time we've seen him. Unless you guys have seen him after that, let me know. Update the video. Bull Buchanan. Number 5. Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holes. Actually a pretty good wrestler. I like him. I think I know that he still works for the WWE in the back to help the wrestlers, like in developmental stage, you know. Maybe like write some storylines, put up the ring, whatever he does. I know that he still, I think, works in the back of the WWF. I mean, WWE, sorry. Still, I'm an Attitude Era fan. I don't like WWE. I like the WWF. Old school guy. But Dean Malenko was a good wrestler, man. He wrestled in WCW, putting on some spectacular matches, even in ECW when he wrestled Eddie Guerrero before he went to WCW. Dean Malenko, one hell of a wrestler, not a big guy, you know. You can cruiserweight. He didn't really do too much high flying, a little bit of a technical wrestler there. Still good, had to retire because of the injuries. Wrestling is a brutal sport. Dean Malenko, number 5. Hope you guys remember who he is because he was actually really good. Little Spike Dudley at number 4. Who remembers that little pipsqueak? 130 pounds, long little blonde hair, always bled, always sweat. He was actually put his heart into the business. Hope you guys will remember this little squirt because he's with the Dudley boys. You know, Devon and Bubba Ray. Wow. Anyways, he did his work. He was in ECW. I think he did wrestle in WCW like once or twice, whatever it was. Then he went to WWF. Did his little stint there in the Attitude Era. Even wrestled a little bit after the Attitude Era, but haven't really heard from him ever since. Maybe he's still going back to doing his little English literature teaching at school. Who knows? Best of luck to you, little man. You wasn't really that good, but you did keep us entertained with your hardcore wrestling and all that stuff, man. That's what you're good at. That's what you need to be at. You know, do your thing. That's right. Holly comes in at number 3. Who all remembers Molly Holly? The cousin of Crash and Bob Holly. She had, I think, one of her last matches that was really noticeable was at WrestleMania against Victoria when she had to put her hair on the line. She lost, and she got her head shaved on the stage at WrestleMania. Kind of humiliating, you know, because all the work that she put into. Then the WWE, Vince McMahon makes her cut her hair. You could just put the title on the line, you know what I mean, instead of making her cut her hair. You know, she didn't really deserve to be humiliated like that in front of the world because she did put in a lot of effort. You know, she was a cousin of Crash and Bob Holly storyline, but we know the truth. We're not stupid, you know. We're wrestling fans. But guess what, man? Molly Holly, she was actually alright. She had a couple good feuds with Trish Stratus and Lita. You know, she did her thing. The Molly Girl was a pretty impressive finisher that she had for a female wrestler. I'll give her all the credit in the world. Hopefully we see her back one day, you know, before old Father Time kicks ass and kicks on in, you know. That's what I'm saying. To the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman. He didn't do much for the WWF. Had to think a little bit. Maybe he was the hardcore champion. Maybe he wasn't. I forget. He didn't really have too many outrageous storylines to go by anyways. He did team up with Al Snow a lot. That's when you kind of knew the guy's career was going into the shitter. When you were teaming with Al Snow. Al Snow, yeah, if you're watching this, you did put in some work. We know you paid your dues. But where, you know... Anyways, Steve Blackman, Lethal Weapon, martial arts specialist. I remember his moves. Spectacular thing was, I think, was a feud with Steve Austin there for a minute when Vince McMahon put him up to, I think it was a ladder match. He had to get the briefcase down, hanging from the ceiling, and Steve Blackman was in the back, raising it up. Every time Stone Cold would try to get the briefcase from the top, it was Steve Blackman raising it up, and when Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon tried to get it, it was raised down so that they can get it. Steve Blackman. Hope you guys remember. I know this video sucks, but it will get better. Thank you. But not least, Test. We all know Test. Hopefully what you guys can remember, you know, when he had his marriage with Stephanie McMahon, but Triple H came out and interrupted it with the video showing Test and Vince, and Linda and Shane and all them and the whole world that he took Stephanie to the little cheap wedding, got married while she was knocked out inside of the car, passed out, and somehow they got married. But that's what happened, and he did team up with Albert to make TNA and not Stephanie. Wow, Trish was their manager. Then he did come back a couple years later after that with ECW, and then well, we all know what happened after that. Rest in peace, Test. He was actually alright. He did have a feud with The Undertaker. I think it was the 2002 SummerSlam, United States versus Canada. But rest in peace, man. He was actually alright, for real.